Hello everyone, my name is Sumedha and in this lecture we'll study about fluid dynamics. So what is fluid dynamic means? It is a fluids in motion. So let us study steady flow in which the fluid velocity at a point do not change with time. अब हम फ्लूइड्स की बात कर रहे हैं तो मोशन ऑफ फ्लूइड फ्लो होता है, फ्लूइड फ्लो हो रहा है. तो स्टेडी फ्लो क्या होता है? वो फ्लो जिसमें एट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे फ्लूइड की वेलोसिटी चेंज नहीं हो रही है, वो सेम हो रही है. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मेरा कोई फ्लूइड फ्लो कर रहा है तो एक एट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट एट टाइम टी, इस पॉइंट पे हर फ्लूइड के पार्टिकल की वेलोसिटी क्या रहेगी? सेम रहेगी. तो this type of flow is called steady flow. The fluid particle may have different velocities at some other points. एक पॉइंट पे सेम वेलोसिटी रहेगी और दूसरा जो पॉइंट होगा मे बी दिस पॉइंट और दिस पॉइंट, इन पॉइंट्स पे जो वेलोसिटी है वो डिफरेंट हो सकती है इन स्टेडी फ्लो. In steady flow, all particle passing through a given point follow the same path. अब जो गिवन पॉइंट है जिस पे वेलोसिटी है पार्टिकल की वो सेम रहेगी और जब वो पाथ फॉलो करेंगे तो वो सेम पाथ फॉलो करेंगे विच इज़ अ यूनिक लाइन ऑफ फ्लो. तो उससे क्या होगा? एक यूनिक लाइन ऑफ फ्लो बन जाएगा एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड स्ट्रीम लाइन. जब एक पर्टिकुलर वेलोसिटी के साथ पार्टिकल एक ही पाथ फ्लो करेंगे तो विल गेट अ यूनिफॉर्म लाइन एंड अ यूनिफॉर्म पाथ विच इज called streamline. Streamline do not intersect. अब एक पॉइंट जिस पे वेलोसिटी ऑफ पार्टिकल्स या जिसमें पार्टिकल्स की वेलोसिटी सेम है फ्लूइड की, वो कभी भी इंटरसेक्ट नहीं करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, एक स्ट्रीमलाइन मेरे पास ये है और दूसरी स्ट्रीमलाइन ये है, तो these two streamlines will never intersect each other. So this was about stream flow of the fluids. So our next topic is equation of continuity. So equation of continuity in fluids is basically a mathematical expression for law of conservation of mass in fluids. So let us consider a pipe with different areas, with area A1 and other end with area A2. Mass M1 is entering into this side with velocity V1 and leaving this side with velocity V2. So according to equation of continuity, mass of fluid entering the tube is equals to mass of fluid leaving the tube. So we'll say m1 upon delta t is equals to m2 upon delta t because it is in a particular time period or time interval. We can write this as rho a1 v1 is equals to rho 2 a2 v2. Say equation number 2, this is equation number 1. Now for incompressible liquids we have rho 1 is equals to rho 2. Applying this condition on equation 2, we'll get a1 v1 is equals to a2 v2, or we can say that av is equals to constant. This is our equation of continuity. Now we can write this as a1 upon a2 is equals to v2 upon v1. If a1 is greater than a2, then v2 is greater than v1. That means अगर area a1 is greater as compared to a2, तो जो velocity होगी यहाँ पे v2 की वो v1 से ज़्यादा होगी. तो जो हमने अभी पढ़ा स्टेडी फ्लो होता है, स्टेडी फ्लो हैज़ अ लिमिट. जैसे ही जो वेलोसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड उस लिमिट को क्रॉस करेगी, क्रिटिकल वैल्यू को क्रॉस करेगी, देन स्टेडी फ्लो विल बिकम टर्बुलेंट फ्लो. स्टेडी फ्लो after crossing limiting value will become turbulent flow. So this is AV is equals to constant is the equation of continuity. So now we'll study Bernoulli's principle. For that we have considered a pipe with different areas at different ends. Initially, the fluid was flowing from B to D. Initially, the fluid was flowing from B to D. Then the pressure at P1 and it shifts C to E. That is, B shifts to C and D shifts to E. Now the fluid is flowing, finally the fluid is flowing from C to E. तो ये जो हुआ है ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट हुआ है. So we'll calculate work done in displacing B to C and in displacing D to E. So work done W1 for B to C is work done is force into displacement. So what we have, force as pressure is equals to force upon area. So here force will be P1 A1 and displacement is V1 delta T. V1 delta T. Say equation 1. Now using equation of continuity, we can write equation 1 as W1 is equals to P1 delta V. Say equation 2. Similarly, we'll calculate work done which is done from D to E. D to E. That will be again P2 A2 V2 delta T. Using equation of continuity, we can write equation third as W2 minus P2 delta V. अब जो ये नेगेटिव साइन आया है, दिस इज बिकॉज दिस W2 वर्क डन is on the fluid, so that is it's negative, and here W1 is by the fluid, so it's positive. So we'll calculate the total work. Total work is equals to P1 minus P2 delta V is equals to W. So this is given total work done on the fluid. As we have calculated the total work done, now we'll see that this total work done, some of it is used in change of kinetic energy and change of gravitational potential energy. So let's study change in gravitational potential energy. We know gravitational potential energy is mgh. तो अब चेंज क्या है? We can write mass as density into volume, rho delta V, g as it is, and height. From the diagram we'll see the height difference, which is h2 minus h1. Say equation number 1. This is change in gravitational potential energy. Second, change in kinetic energy. Again, kinetic energy delta K is half mv square. We'll substitute m by the product of density and volume, half rho delta V, half rho delta capital V for volume, and V square, where V is the velocity. So change in velocity is, here it is V1 and then at another point it's V2. So change is V2 square minus V1 square. Equation second. Now from equation 1 and 2, we apply work energy theorem. So our next step is to apply work energy theorem. On applying this theorem, we'll get P1 minus P2 delta V is equals to half rho delta V V2 square minus V1 square plus rho delta V G H2 minus H1. So from here delta V will cancel out and we'll get P1 minus P2 half rho V2 square minus V1 square plus rho G H2 minus H1. On rearranging this equation, we'll get P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho G H1 is equals to P2 plus half rho V2 square plus rho G H2. Or we can write it as P plus half rho V square plus rho G H1 is equals to constant. So this is our Bernoulli's principle. Now we have studied Bernoulli's principle and we have came to the conclusion of this equation. So now from the statement of Bernoulli's theorem, we'll state, in case of steady flow of incompressible and non-viscous fluid through a tube of non-uniform cross-section, then the sum of pressure, potential energy per unit volume and kinetic energy per unit volume is same at every point in the tube. As given in the equation, pressure, potential energy and kinetic energy is same at every point. Now if we see according to this theorem, P is the pressure. We can write kinetic energy as half mv square. Now this is kinetic energy per unit volume, so divided by volume, so this will become half rho v square. Similarly, potential energy is mgh. Again potential energy is per unit volume, so m by v is rho, so we'll get rho gh. Then the sum of all these is same at every point, so we'll get P plus half rho v square plus rho gh is equals to constant. This is from the statement. This was about Bernoulli's principle and Bernoulli's theorem. So next we have Torricel's law. This tells us about the speed of efflux. What is efflux? It is a fluid outflow. So let us start with a diagram. हमने एक कंटेनर लिया है जिसके अंदर फ्लूइड है and there is a hole by which fluid can pass. This hole is at distance y1. The total is y2 and this space above the fluid has a pressure P2, and here as it is contact with atmosphere, so here pressure is at PA, that is atmospheric pressure. So now from equation of continuity, we have A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. So from here we have V2 is equals to A1 V1 upon A2. Now if A2 is greater than A1, then V2 is less than V1. So V2 is the velocity at this surface. We are assuming it at rest. Therefore, V2 is equals to 0. Now from Bernoulli's theorem, we have pressure plus half rho velocity square plus rho g y1 is equals to pressure plus half rho velocity v2 square, here it is v1 square, plus rho g y2. So velocity v2 is 0, therefore this term will vanish and we'll say v2 y2 minus y1 is equals to h. So we get this equation. Here pressure is PA because we are talking about atmospheric pressure. So on solving this equation, we'll get V1 is equals to under the root of 2gh plus twice of PA minus P upon rho. If PA is equals to P, then I'll get V1 is equals to under the root of 2gh. So this is the velocity by which the water will flow through this hole. So let's study about viscosity of the fluid. Now fluid offers some resistance to motion. This resistance is like an internal friction called viscosity. जैसे हमारे पास सॉलिड ऑब्जेक्ट्स में फ्रिक्शन होता है, वैसे ही जब फ्लूइड मूव करता है डिफरेंट लेयर्स के साथ जो फ्रिक्शन एक्ट करता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड विस्कोसिटी. दिस फोर्स एग्जिस्ट व्हेन देयर इज रिलेटिव मोशन बिटवीन लेयर्स ऑफ फ्लूइड. सो जब हमारा फ्लूइड मूव करता है तो जो अपर लेयर है दैट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर फॉरवर्ड मोशन, जो सेकेंड लेयर है डाउन लेयर, ये एक बैकवर्ड फोर्स लगाती है विच रेजिस्ट द मोशन, दैट इज कॉल्ड विस्कोसिटी. नाउ लेट्स सी फ्रॉम द एग्जांपल. देयर इज अ लिक्विड which is initially in this state and now a shearing strain is applied or a shearing stress is applied on this. So we get strain or shearing strain as delta x upon total length or delta or rate of change of strain is given by delta x upon L delta t. So delta x upon delta t is velocity, so we can write it as v upon L. We'll define a new factor, that is coefficient of viscosity. This is denoted by neta, which is equals to stress upon strain. So we'll get stress is force upon area divided by strain is v upon L. So we'll get FL upon AV. This is equals to neta, where neta is the coefficient of viscosity. So now next we have Stokes' law. It states that viscous force is proportional to the velocity of the object and is proportional to the velocity of motion. Force depends on coefficient of neta and radius a. So we get a formula, force is equals to 6 pi, where neta is the coefficient of viscosity, a is the radius of the sphere, and v is the velocity. So this form is Stokes law. We don't have derivation of Stokes law in our syllabus. So next we have Rayleigh's number, which states that turbulent flow is less likely occur for viscous fluid flowing at low rates. So Rayleigh defined a dimensionless number whose value gives approximation idea when the flow would be turbulent or not. So this number is given by rho v d upon neta, where rho is the density, v is the velocity, d is the dimension of the pipe or any which the liquid is flowing, and neta is the coefficient of viscosity. So this represents the Rayleigh's number. For streamline flow, Rayleigh's number is less than 1000, and for turbulent it's greater than 2000. So this was all about fluid dynamics. We'll see you in the next video.